Today we are going to see about Unit 5. Unit 5 is Advanced Operating System. So in this unit, Advanced Operating System, we are going to see in detail about the virtual machines and distributed systems. Okay, what do you mean by virtual machines? Which we have seen in the previous session itself, we have seen somewhat about virtual machines. So in this unit, we are going to see about the building blocks and the types of virtual machines and its implementation. Then we'll be seeing about the software VMware, which is used for virtualization in computer system, and then other operating system components associated with virtualization. All those we'll be seeing under virtual machines. And then the next topic, which is concentrated in Unit 5, is distributed system. So in distributed system, we're seeing about the computer network, how it is connected. Okay, there will be seeing the type of network based OS. Okay, what are the types of network based OS available for distributed system and its network structure and the communication structures and protocols. All those we'll be seeing in detail this unit 5. Okay, so the first topic in this unit is virtual machines. I hope everyone might have seen the seminar video given by a friend. So we will have a discussion about the topic first, and then we will start the discussion about each topic one by one. Okay. So Nandini, you're on the call, right? Nandini?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I will provide your PPT in screen sharing. Okay. Just give a gist of your topic. And if others have any doubt, means they will ask. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you say what do you mean by virtual machines? Or virtual machines?
So, using a single computer, which is considered as a host, we are creating multiple execution environments, which will be similar to the host computer. So, using that virtual machines, if one has to run different operating systems in his computer, he can use different number of virtual machines, and in each and every virtual machine, he can run different operating systems.
Okay. I hope that will be explained more clearly with this diagram. Can you see this figure?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Can you explain this?
Um, Here the hardware is the host system. So using this, we are going to create the virtual machines. And virtual machine manager will be creating and running those virtual machines. And in each and every virtual machines, we can see those different operating systems running.
Okay. I will brief it somewhat clearly. Okay.
Okay.
Your definitions is good only. Okay. So in a non-virtual machine, if you see means we'll be having a computer system, and in that computer system we'll be having only one operating system installed. If you see in a virtual machine, that is we are using the virtual machine manager software for having three virtual machines. For example, here we have considered VM1, VM2, VM3. So what are these three virtual machines means? We can have three operating system within our base operating system. I'm considering my base operating system as Windows. So in that Windows system, if I need to have a Unix, Linux or Apple, like that, Macintosh OS, like that I can have three virtual machines which can be done by means of a software that is known as virtual machine manager. So at a time, we can perform the operations with that operating system. That is a software associated with that particular operating system can be run. If you see in our Windows operating system, we are having MS Word. I hope you might have seen in Linux operating system in our computer lab and all. There if we open the Word means it will be as LibreOffice Word. Okay, the MS Office package will be replaced by means of LibreOffice package. So the LibreOffice Word, Calc, the spreadsheet document will be opening like that. So depending upon the OS, we'll be having the corresponding software. So all the softwares can be run within a same computer system. Okay, we are having only a single computer system. That single computer system, we are using the software Virtual Machine Manager, and we are going to implement different softwares which can be used by different operating system. Okay. Okay, Nandini.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Can you say about this host? What do you mean by host? And
Yeah,
get
that is
stopped.
what the hardware that we are using to create those virtual machines. That
Okay,
is
good.
called as the host, and the software which we use is known as Virtual Machine Manager, and it is also known as the hypervisor. And the operating systems we are using in different virtual machines are known as the guest process.
Okay, good, good. And in this topic, she have the video. She might have told about many types of hypervisors. It's a brief introduction about the types of hypervisors. In the later sessions, we'll be having detailed description or the detailed explanation of each and every type of hypervisors. So, Nandini, can you say how many types of hypervisors are there and what are the other variations?
Yes. The first one will be the type 0 hypervisors. Here we will be using
Okay, just to
software
say the type
solution.
itself, it's okay because I hope everyone might have seen your video. So just to say the types, okay?
Uh, Most common types of implementations are type 0, type 1, and type 2 hypervisors. In type 1 hypervisors, we'll be using both software and general purpose operating systems, and some more variations also there, like para virtualization, programming environment virtualization, emulators, and application containment.
Okay. Can you just brief about the history when this virtualization concept came into life like that?
So the first one commercially came in 1972, which is the IBM mainframes. So they used multiple virtual machines to run. Each one can run its own OS.
At
So
present, which
and
one is used?
Zen and VMware.
The Zen and VMware or virtual machine softwares, okay? Okay.
Uh,
Okay, then the rest of the definitions, I hope everyone might have seen in your video. I hear that video you have given in a clear manner. Nandini? Yes, if
Hello.
anyone has a doubt in this, yes, yes. The rest of the topic you have said about clearly in the video. Okay, if
Okay.
anyone has doubt in this topic, can ask. Anyone has doubt in this topic? So we'll be seeing the types of this hypervisor in detail in the further session. If you have a doubt in that topic, means you can ask when we are seeing those types in detail in the further session. Okay. So other than this, if you're having any doubt, you can ask. Okay, I hope no one is having doubt. Okay, thank you, Nandini. Okay, your presentation was good. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next one, Sharon. Sharon, you're on the call, right? Sharon. Sharon, unmute your
Yes,
volume.
ma'am.
Yes, Sharon. So you can brief about your topic. Your topic is building blocks, right? Building blocks of virtualization.
Yes, ma'am.
So in that building blocks, you have explained about the strap and emulate, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you say why we are using the strap and emulate feature? Or can you brief
Mm,
about this building block?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, next slide.
Okay.
Mm, virtual machine concept was useful, but it is difficult to implement. So we are going for building block method in trap and emulate. guest will execute in user mode, kernel will execute in the kernel mode, but it is not safe to run a user level code in kernel mode. So they will have virtual user and virtual kernel mode here. So when we are switching from user to kernel, in the real system also there will be a transfer, in the virtual system also there will be a transfer.
Okay, Sharon. Okay, I will explain. Okay, in this building block, what she's saying means to implement this virtualization in a single computer system, we require much hardware efficiency. So for that, one of the feature used for this building block of virtualization is trap and emulate. Why this feature is used means normally in our computer system we are having dual mode of operation, that is user mode and kernel mode. Normal program will be executed in user mode, and in kernel mode there's a OS services will be provided as well as the hardware access by the OS will be done in kernel mode. Okay, if the virtual OS or the guest OS which you have using needs to access the hardware means they are having two modes, virtual user mode and virtual kernel mode. So if the guest OS is running in our system by means of this VMM software will be accessing this OS services by means of virtual kernel mode. Okay, this virtual kernel mode can be executed by means of this trap and emulator. Using this trap and emulator, Sharon,
Yes,
Sharon,
ma'am.
you're on the line. Yes, can you explain this with the help of this figure shown here? You're on the
Yes,
line,
ma'am.
right?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you see it? Explain it.
Yes, ma'am. When the guest in the kernel mode will attempt to execute any privileged instruction, it will become an error. That error only is called as trap. So when there is trap, it will be that will go to the VMM in the real machine. Then that only is given as emulated the arrow mark to emulated action. Then VMM will gain the control and it will do all the necessary action, and it will return the control to the guest. That is the virtual machine. Here the virtual machine is the guest in the user mode. Then it will return one part to there, and another it will it will move it to the VCPU also.
Okay, Sharon, good. Okay, so I hope you all remember what do you mean by this privilege instruction. So privilege instruction means or the instructions or a part of a program. So in the program and all we'll be having in C program you'll be saying each and every line as statements. You see in assembly language means the same statements will be known as instructions. So only here in this they have said as instruction. That is some lines of the program only will be said as instructions. So this privilege instruction means these instructions are meant for operating system or going to be executed by the operating system. So those instructions are going to be executed by operating system. Then it should be in kernel mode only. Okay, if suppose those type of privilege instruction needs to be accessed by the virtual machine, virtual operating system which we are using, then that will generate a trap. We have already seen when switching from user mode to kernel mode, what will happen? A system call or interrupt will be generated. Trap is nothing but a software interrupt. By using the software interrupt, we'll be using this from this guest OS, it will be entering into VMM. So in this VMM, what will be happening means we'll emulating that action. So இந்த privilege instruction என்ன பண்ணணுமோ அந்த action என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க emulate பண்ணுவாங்க. Emulate பண்றதுனா we are virtually creating that action. That is, for that OS, the necessary hardware is not actually available. So Macintosh OS நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம்னா அதோட ஹார்ட்வேர் வந்து நம்ம விண்டோஸ் சிஸ்டம் ஆர் நம்மளோட x86 processor. x86 processor is nothing but the Intel processor. Okay, normally we'll be using Intel processor. I'm considering an x86 Intel processor. In that I'm using Windows. So in that Windows I'm using Macintosh OS as a guest OS by using VMM. So அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், அந்த Macintosh Apple Macintosh OSல நான் ஏதாவது ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் ரன் பண்ண போறேன். ஸோ அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர்ல உள்ள ப்ரிவிலேஜ் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் எப்படி ரன் ஆகும். ஸோ அது ரன் ஆகும்போது இட் வில் ஜென்ரேட் அ ட்ராப். ட்ராப் இஸ் நத்திங் பட் அண்ட் சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்டரப்ட். ஓகே, ஸோ அது ரன் ஆகணும்னா அது என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணணும், ஹார்ட்வேர் யூஸ் பண்ணணும். ஸோ அதனால it will generate a tab and it will go to the virtual kernel mode because it is a guest OS. If it is a real OS, விண்டோஸ்ல நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணோம்னா கர்னல் மோடுக்கு போகும். நம்ம கெஸ்ட் OS யூஸ் பண்றோம், அப்ப எங்க போகும், virtual kernel மோடுக்கு போகும். So this virtual kernel mode means it will enter into this VMM. So VMM ல emulate the action. So the actual ஆப்பிளோட ஆக்சுவல் ஹார்ட்வேர் யூசிங் திஸ் மெக்கின்டோஷ் OS என்ன ஆக்ஷன் பண்ணுவாங்களோ that is emulated. Emulated means we are virtually creating it. It is not real. Using this type of emulation softwares and all available within this VMM, will be virtually creating this emulated action and will be performing that action and will update the vCPU. So what is meant by vCPU means, here I have considered Macintosh operating system. So in this Macintosh OS, I need that particular hardware. So நம்ம Intel processorல Macintosh OS டைரக்டா இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ண முடியாது. நீங்க ஒரு லேப்டாப் வாங்குறீங்க, அதுல Intel processor யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, ஸோ அதுல நீங்க என்ன பண்ண முடியாது, ஆப்பிள் Macintosh இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ண முடியாது. So for that you will be purchasing an Apple laptop. In that only you can install Macintosh. That is in physical environment. But using this VMM, what you're going to do, you're going to bring that Macintosh OS in our Intel processor system. Okay, for that you'll be having a virtual CPU, that is vCPU. So the action enga poi பண்ணுவாங்க, virtual CPU. That is not a real CPU or that is not a real processor. Our basic processor is an Intel processor, but we are creating a Apple processor for this Macintosh OS, that is virtually creating. So that is virtual CPU. So in that the actions will be performed, and then after performing the action it will be returned to the guest OS for performing remaining of the normal program execution. Okay, so நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம், ஒரு guest OS நான் Macintosh OS ல இருந்து நான் Windows OS க்கு நான் எப்படி அந்த virtual ஹார்ட்வேரை நான் யூஸ் பண்ண போறேன். That can be done by trap and emulate. Trap means is a software interrupt. நான் interrupt generate பண்ணிட்டு I'm going to emulate. Emulate means so that hardware is not actually available. So Macintosh OS வந்து ஆப்பிள் லேப்டாப்ல தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும். அந்த ஹார்ட்வேர் ஆக்சுவலா இங்க அவைலபிள் இல்ல, பட் ஐ am going to emulate. That emulation can be done by means of this VMM software. Okay, அந்த என்ன ஆக்ஷன் பண்ணணுமோ அது அந்த VMM சாஃப்ட்வேர்ல vCPU, virtual CPU யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் அந்த டாஸ்கை இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்றேன். ஓகே, கிளியர்? ஓகே, ஷாரோன். Yes, so your video, it's good. Okay, Sharon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, your video was good. Okay. Okay, next, see the next topic. Okay, if anyone has doubt in this trap and emulate, can ask me or ask Sharon. Okay, if anyone has doubt, I hope everyone might have seen this video. So in that video, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, then we shall move to the next topic. So the next topic is presented by Shanmika. Shanmika, you're on the line, right? Okay, I will open your document. Okay, your topic is binary translation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you brief about it?
Binary translation uses a kind of virtualization called the full virtualization to perform a process. And this binary translation uses hypervisor or the virtual monitor. So that to convert an unsafe instruction to a safer equivalent instruction and then make it into a executable code.
Okay. Can you say about this full virtualization, para virtualization, or OS level virtualization?
Now I concentrated on full virtualization in a brief way. Shall I
Okay,
say
okay.
that?
Okay. But in this topic, this para and OS level virtualization won't be used that much. That only I asked you. Okay.
Just to mention
Okay.
the kind of virtualization I gave that.
Okay. You referred more. Okay, good. Okay, you can. Can you explain this hardware virtualization feature which you have given with this diagram?
First, when this binary translation has a certain process, well, first என்ன ஆகும்னா virtual
Can
guestல
you
இருக்கக்கூடிய
make this previous one or can you ஏன்னா இது வீடியோ பார்த்திருப்பாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ இது எதுக்காக யூஸ் பண்றோம் கொஞ்சம் லைட்டா பிரீஃப் பண்ணிட்டு
இது மேம்
போலாமா?
பைனரி virtualizationா சாரி பைனரி டிரான்ஸ்லேஷனா மேம்?
ஆமா.
பைனரி டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் எதுக்காக வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ட்ராப் அண்ட் எமுலேட் மெத்தட் யூஸ் பண்ணாங்க. அப்போ பாப் எஃப்ன்ற கமாண்ட் பாப் ஃபிளாக் கமாண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது ப்ரிவிலேஜ்டு மோட் அதாவது கர்னல் மோட்ல இருக்கும்போது எல்லா ஃபிளாகுமே ஸ்டாக்ல இருந்து ரீப்ளேஸ் ஆச்சு. ஆனா யூசர் மோட்ல இருக்கும்போது தான் ப்ராப்ளம் வந்துச்சு. சில சம் ஆஃப் த ஃபிளாக்ஸுக்கு மட்டும் ட்ராப் ஜென்ரேட்டே ஆகல. ஏன்னா அது அந்த பாப் ஆஃப் கமாண்ட்னால ட்ராப் ஜென்ரேட் பண்ண முடியல யூசர் மோட்ல இருந்தப்போ. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தப்போ தான் பைனரி டிரான்ஸ்லேஷனுக்கு வந்தாங்க. ஸோ அங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா அன்சேஃப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் விர்ச்சுவல் கெஸ்ட்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய எக்ஸிக்யூட்டபிள் கோடை அன்சேஃப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கான்னு செக் பண்ணுவாங்க. செக் பண்ணி இப்போ அன்சேஃப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் அதாவது ப்ரிவிலேஜ் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ்லாம் டிடெக்ட் ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா அதை சேஃப் ஈக்குவலண்ட் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸா கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் அங்க நடக்கும். அந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் நடந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் அந்த சேஃபர் ஈக்குவலன்ட் கோடை எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ இங்க எக்ஸிகியூஷன் ப்ராப்ளமா இருக்காது.
Okay, very good, Shanmika. You have analyzed more. Okay, very good. Okay, I hope you all understood what she told. So in this binary translation was found to overcome the disadvantage of trap and emulate feature. So here we are including a translated code for the privilege instruction, which is having some unsafe instruction. Okay, for that we are translating into a safe equivalent code. Okay, in this concept. So he have discussed in the video also in more detailed manner, and this notes also he have given everything in detailed manner. So everyone go through it. Okay. So with this itself you can be clear with this concept. Binary translation. This concept is somewhat typical one, but she have presented in a very understandable manner. Okay. So everyone go through it for better understanding. Okay, Shanmika.
Ma'am.
Shanmika, you're on the line. Okay, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
explain this figure? I hope you can see in the screen sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
இந்த ஃப்ளோ எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா கெஸ்ட் சிபியூ விசிபியூ கர்னல் மோட்ல இருக்கும்போது பைனரி டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன்ல என்ன டெக்னிக் ஃபாலோ பண்றாங்கன்றது இந்த ஃப்ளோ ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் விர்ச்சுவல் மெஷின் மானிட்டர் ஆர் விஎம்எம் அது ஹைப்பர்வைசர்னு சொல்றோம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அது நமக்கு ஆக்சுவலா என்ன நடக்கும்னா நம்ம இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பார்த்த ஃப்ளோ மாதிரியே இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் கெஸ்ட் மோட்ல இருக்க இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே செக் பண்ணுவாங்க. அதை விர்ச்சுவல் கர்னல் மோட்ல எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்றதுக்காக தான் செக்கிங்கே நடந்துட்டு இருக்கும். இந்த செக் பண்ற டைம்லயே சைட் மீன்வைல் என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்னா இந்த எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ண வேண்டிய இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷனுக்கு அடுத்து இருக்கக்கூடிய ஃபியூ இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸையும் அது சைமல்டேனியஸா செக் பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாங்க ஏதாவது அன்சேஃப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இந்த சைமல்டேனியஸா அடுத்த இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸை எப்படி செக் பண்றாங்கன்னா கெஸ்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் கவுண்டர் அப்படின்ற ஒரு மெத்தடை வச்சுதான் செக் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. இப்போ விர்ச்சுவல் கர்னல் மோட்ல எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்றதுக்காக இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸை செக் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் ரெண்டு இருக்குது, ஸ்பெஷல் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் நான் ஸ்பெஷல் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ். இந்த ஸ்பெஷல் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் தான் அன்சேஃப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ். ஸோ நான் ஸ்பெஷல் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் அப்படின்னா சேஃபர் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ், அதனால அதை நேட்டிவா ரன் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. பட் ஸ்பெஷல் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ்ல அன்சேஃப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குன்றனால அதை நம்ம இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பார்த்த ஃப்ளோ மாதிரியே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க, அதோட ஈக்குவலண்ட் நியூ இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷனுக்கு கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் அதை எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ எந்த ப்ராப்ளமும் காஸ் ஆகாது.
Okay, Shanmika. Very good. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So anyone having doubt in this topic can ask. Okay, no doubt. Then we shall move to the next topic. Preeti Subramaniam, you're on the line, right? Your topic is the next one. Building
Yes,
blocks,
ma'am.
hardware. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will open this PDF. Can you brief about this building blocks using this hardware assistance?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, continue.
The first support for memory protection to determine who can access which portion of the memory we need this hardware support. The basic mechanism is through base and limit registers. The hardware has to be available to translate virtual address to physical address. So we go for hardware support, and without the hardware support, virtualization would be impossible. And after this Intel x86 CPU family processor, binary translation is no longer needed for that after this processor. That's
Okay.
all, ma'am.
Okay, Preeti. So till now we have seen the building blocks using trap and emulate and this binary translation and all. We saw everything by means of software. In trap and emulate, we saw we are going to emulate the hardware in terms of software. In binary translation, we saw we'll be having the translated code. In this hardware assistance, what we are saying, even though we are using all those softwares, we need some hardware assistance also. That is this, if we are using our host system, we should use that hardware of that host system for effective functioning of this virtual OS or this guest OS. So that was discussed in detail here. Okay, for this only she said the nested page table. So here they will be using Preeti Subramaniam.
Yes, ma'am.
You only
Yes,
said
ma'am.
about this page table, right? A nested page table.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Here, why she said about this nested page table means, for example, we have already seen in memory management technique, we'll be using this paging concept. So this guest OS also has some memory. We want to perform any task in this guest OS means what we'll be doing? We'll be implementing by means of software. So all the software will store some content in the system. So for that we need some memory management technique. So here she said that if we are using a paging mechanism, so paging mechanism is generally a preferred mechanism and is a most commonly used mechanism for memory management technique nowadays. So if you are using this paging means what will be having page table. So for this, she said with the help of this nested page table. Why means this nested page table is similar to the hierarchical page table which you have seen in the second unit. So in the hierarchical page table, in the outer table, we will be having index of the inner table. The inner table will be having index of the outer table. Likewise, you can map the outer table to the inner table to the next inner table. Okay, like this. So while mapping that, we may have some problem in case of this virtual machine. For that only, she said. So Preeti, you didn't draw some diagram. I hope this nested page table diagram.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't
Preeti?
do that. I have
Okay.
taken only about this hardware assistance. I didn't go for that exam.
Okay, okay. Then for whom this software, this page table, for you only this page table comes, right? Preeti?
What, ma'am? What, ma'am?
This nested page table comes under this hardware assistance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then if you draw this diagram means it will be somewhat clear. Okay, so that,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. So I hope everyone can see this figure. This nested page table. So she said about this nested page table only for generating virtual address. That is our logical address will be converted into physical address. For that, in this virtual OS or this guest OS, we'll be using nested page table. I have shown in this from this book only. Okay, I hope everyone can see it. So here, this nested page table, below we are having this host physical address. So ultimately, what we want a physical address from a logical address. So this physical address should be in the host system. So ultimately, our aim is to obtain this host physical address. For that, what are the mechanisms happened in this nested page table? I will brief it. So first, here in the guest system or in the guest OS, we'll be having guest virtual address. See in the top you can see. So the guest virtual address will be generated by the guest OS. For that translation, we require a kernel paging data structure. There is nothing but a page table will be needed. For translating, this virtual address is also known as logical address. For translating this logical address into physical address in the guest system, we'll be using this kernel paging data structure. It is nothing but a page table, okay, which is residing in the guest OS. So using this, we'll be generating this guest physical address. But our ultimate aim is to generate the host physical address because we are having the real memory in the host system only. So எங்க தான் நமக்கு ரியலா மெமரி இருக்கு, ஹாஸ்ட் சிஸ்டம்ல தான் மெமரி ரியலா இருக்கு. So to obtain that only, we are dividing this guest physical address into several parts. That is PML4, directory pointer, directory, table, offset, into 5 components. So after this PML4 is some content. It will be checked in a particular page table, and this directory pointer will be checked in another page table, and this directory will be checked in another page table, and from this only we'll be obtaining this host physical address. Okay, so இதுல வந்து நம்ம guest physical address 5 components divide பண்ணியிருக்கோம். The 5 components will have each page table. Okay, the 5 components தனித்தனியா நம்மளுக்கு என்ன இருக்கும், page table இருக்கும். From this we'll be having or we'll be generating this host physical address. So this is an example shown in which case we are going to use our hardware. So இது வரைக்கும் நம்ம சாஃப்ட்வேர்ல எல்லாம் பண்ணிடலாம், சாஃப்ட்வேர்லயே நம்ம virtualization பண்ணிடலாம் நம்ம சொல்றோம். ஆனா ஹார்ட்வேர் எந்த கேஸ்ல நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம், அதுக்கு தான் எக்ஸாம்பிள் மெமரியை நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். இந்த மெமரி நம்ம வந்து virtually நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணாலும் ரியலா we need to store in some location. So that location should be a physical, there is a host OS only. So the host OS நம்ம அல்டிமேட்டா என்ன பண்ண போறோம், அந்த டேட்டாவை ஸ்டோர் பண்ண போறோம். So அப்போ நம்ம எப்படி virtual address host physical address convert பண்றோம். So that will be using nested page table. See, we are having several page table, and this page table combined only said as nested page table. Okay, this is a data structure used in this VMM. Okay, I hope now we will be clear. So for example, for these type of hardware, so memory is nothing but a hardware. Memory device, the storage, hard disk la irukla, adala enadhu or hardware thane. So in the madri irukku, we need some hardware assistance for that guest OS. That only this Preeti Subramaniam has briefed. Okay, okay, Preeti Subramaniam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good presentation, Preeti Subramaniam. Might have included that figure and explained it somewhat clearly. Okay, but it is good only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, next one, Aarti.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are on the line. I shall open your PPT.
Okay, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Sathi,
Yes, ma'am.
can you say about this types of virtualization?
Yes, ma'am. There are several types. In
If you want me to show some
there
other
are
slides,
about 8 types. There will Ma'am?
If you want me to show some slide means I shall show you.
Ma'am, hello?
Which slide should I show you here?
Yes, ma'am. Show.
The types of virtual machine slide.
I think the third slide, ma'am.
Which type of virtual machine? Yes, I have presented. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, continue.
There are several types. The virtual machine life cycle and type 0 hypervisor, type 1 hypervisor, and type 2 hypervisor, para visualization, and programming environment visualization, emulsion, and application containment. I'm discussed with the topic type 0 hypervisor.
Okay, Aarti, can you say based on which?
Can you show the next slide?
Wait a minute. Can you say based on which the virtual machine is classified? Can you say?
Based on the processing and handling the guest.
Okay.
Hello,
That is based on the available resources also. Whether hardware or the software resources also, we can classify it into these types of virtual machines. Okay. Okay, next I'll show the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, Aarti can continue. Aarti?
Yes, ma'am. Type 0 hypervisor. Yes, ma'am. I can. Type 0 hypervisor has many names like partition, domains. It also has a hardware feature and hello, ma'am.
Yes. I can hear you. You can't continue. Whether I need to say change our.
Yes, ma'am.
Sarthi? I hope your voice is breaking.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it is an hardware-based solution, and the hardware feature is implemented by the firmware. It is already present in the firmware. If we don't need to change any changes in the OS, then it is the main purpose is to it can run several guests at the same time. I mean, in next slide, I show the diagram. It will explain that type 0 hypervisor.
Yes. I'll show the diagram. Okay, whether the diagram is visible? Aarti? Here's this diagram only, different guests and the different CPUs memories classified.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can use. In that, having the hypervisor, it can split the 4 CPU memory. And in the first case, it has only the one guest. And in second case, there is a main guest and also having a 3 sub guest. It shows that the Hype 0 hypervisor has a capacity to run the several guests at the same time.
Okay, yes, you have shown in this figure we are having several CPU memory. For different 4 guests, we are having 4 CPU memory. Whether the CPU memory is provided by the host or the guest?
Host.
Yes. Okay, here we are having the CPU memory, which is meant for the host system. That is our computer system in which we have installed this VMM software. Okay, that system only we are having the CPU memory, and that CPU memory only is partitioned and is given to different guest operating system. So only we can have simultaneous software execution in all those systems. Simultaneous software execution means so நம்ம இப்போ Windows system இருக்கு. Windows in our Windows OS itself we can execute this MS Paint, MS Word document and video player and a game can be played in that. At the same time, so இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு OSல நம்ம multiple application run பண்றோம். So இப்போ different OS. So in Windows you may run the Word document, in our Macintosh, Apple Macintosh you may run a video player, and in Unix you may open a spreadsheet, that is a calc document, Liber calc document. So at the same time, you may run 3 different application from 3 different OS. Okay, so இந்த மாதிரி 3 different application software 3 different OS ரன் பண்றீங்க. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்? We are having only the single CPU memory. That CPU memory is meant for purely for Windows system. It is our base operating system or which is a host system. So we want to give the CPU memory for the different guest system. So here, what are the guest system we have considered? This is Apple Macintosh and Linux system. So for that, we need to give the CPU memory. Okay. So the common CPU memory only is divided and is given to different guest. So if you see in this figure, this guest 2, Aarti, you're on the line, right? Aarti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you explain why this guest 2 is again classified into 3 guests and guest 4 is again classified into 2 guests?
For this is for the visualization within the visualization functionality based on that.
Ah, yes. Can you explain with the help of real-time example?
Real time example. டக்குன்னு வரலையே.
Okay, okay. In a single guest, we can have different guests. As you're seeing within VMM, we are using another OS, and that within that we are using different guests. Okay. Slide transition is very good, Aarti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone has any doubt in this topic type 0 virtualization can ask her. Okay, Aarti, can you explain about this control partition? Aarti?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, continue.
Control partition. There is a difficulty in hypervisor, ma'am. While giving an input to the device, it cannot equally given the input to other guest operator. For that, we are using the control partition.
Okay. Okay. Everyone
Partition
might have
allows
been
guest to
confused. Yes, yes. Continue, continue, continue.
control partition allows the guest to communicate the share input. அது வந்து ஒவ்வொரு கெஸ்ட்டும் ஷேர் பண்ணிப்போம் இன்புட். அதுக்கு தான் நம்ம கண்ட்ரோல் பார்ட்டிஷன்.
Okay, good, good, Aarti. Anyone has doubt in this type 0 hypervisor after seeing the video and after this discussion session can ask me or ask Aarti. If you have any doubt, can ask. Okay. Now we shall ask some question. Okay, Nandini, you're on the line, right? Nandini.
Yes, ma'am.
In your topic, you can say me any 2 questions. I will ask to anyone here. Everyone should be on the line. Say at least 1 question. Okay, you're thinking too much, then I will itself will ask. Okay, Nandini.
Okay.
Okay, Malati Subba, you're on the line, right? Malati Subba.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you say what you mean by virtualization?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, yes, Malati Subba, you can answer.
Virtualization means creating. Virtualization means it is a kind of layer that that makes us to use the guest operating systems.
Okay. Then how virtualization can be accomplished? By use of which software? What is the name of that software? That one you have said in the whole session.
Hypervisor.
Yes, hypervisor is also known as
VMM.
okay, good. VMM, can you abbreviate it, Malati?
Virtual machine manager. Virtual machine manager, ma'am.
யார் சொல்லி கொடுக்குறா மாலதி சுபாக்கு? Okay, Malati Subha. Okay, good. Then the next question to only 13 members are in the Skype call. For today's class, I will put attendance only for these 13 members.